Show you how this goes down in Louisiana. They call this the sportsman's paradise for a reason.
Today I'm fishing with Anthony Mackie, and I heard he fishes.
It always makes me feel good to outfish another person I know, and he's going down.
I got fish coming at you, Tom. Maybe like 10 o'clock, like 25 feet. Go a little bit right and drop it. Right there, right there.
In my senior year, I did King Lear, and I played Edmund. So at the end of the play, when I died, all the girls jumped up and said, "Anthony, no!" And at that moment, I was like, yes, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this.
So tell me about this pot of meat.
That's the Lord's caviar.
I see. You got a fish? Nice.
You want me to show you how to eat it?
Anything that starts out mechanically separated, I don't think you should eat.
Something up there. Got a huge black drum tailing right here, man.
I live here in New Orleans,
Right.
so the idea of Hollywood and everything that goes on there is still foreign to me, and I like to keep it that way. You can't do this in LA.
Nice.
I'm Tom Colicchio, and I'm in the food business. From restaurants to reality TV. My true passion is fishing. No matter the size of the catch, I always love a good fight.
There you go.
And on my show, we've always got something or someone on the hook. This is Hooked Up.
We're about 45 minutes south of New Orleans in Hopedale, sort of out here in the marsh. I've fished a lot in Florida, but not Louisiana, no. I've always wanted to come and fish. It's flats fishing like you find, in a lot of different parts. Fishing for different species, fishing for redfish, maybe some trout. I'm very excited about fishing with Captain Greg. It's nice to see that he actually prefers to fly fish, which is great. Although the wind today might be a little difficult, but it looks like he really knows what he's doing. So if you just get that damn boat in the water, it'll be all right. Today I'm fishing with Anthony Mackie. We met a couple years ago at a party, one of those LA parties. It was a lot of fun. And I heard he fishes. I don't know, a lot of people say they fish, but there's fishing and then there's fishing. But I've heard he fished.
I've been fishing all my life, literally. When I was a kid, my mom used to take me fishing, and once I got in middle school and high school where I could go places on my own, I would take my bike on the bayou every day here in New Orleans and go fishing after school for an hour or two. Down here is pretty much brackish water fishing. You have a lot of trout, speckled trout and white trout. You have a lot of flounder, but mostly it's a type of fish known as the drum. Like if you ever eat artificial crab meat, that's drum. There's redfish, which is a type of drum, just a flakier white meat of a drum. So mostly when people go out, they go out for redfish, speckled trout, and drum. Louisiana is shaped like a boot. Right now, we're headed towards the toe of the boot. A lot of swamplands, marshes. It's unlike the city, but at the same time, you're 20, 30 minutes outside the city. I've known Tom for some time now. I met him in 2010, the year Hurt Locker was up for all the Oscars at the night before party. And it always makes me feel good to outfish another person I know, and he's going down. So most likely today I'm gonna have to hook some fish and give him my rod so he'll be able to reel in some big fish. What happened?
What's up?
Come on, man.
Where you been?
How's it
going, man?
What's up, Captain? How's it going, man?
Yeah.
Let's go fishing.
Now, do you fish or is this just a myth?
Are you serious? I have a
serious.
hook on my hat.
Yeah, that's not a problem, is it? All right, let's get in here. Let's get him.
Let's do it. Show you how this goes down in Louisiana. They call this the sportsman's paradise for a reason.
So what do you think? Conditions are okay today?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of wind, some clouds, but we're gonna get out there and fish some points and see if we can't get on some redfish.
Redfish?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's been plenty of fish around, so should have some good success. We're gonna come fish this Mississippi River Gulf outlet. We've got to take the back route all the way around to get there. Once we hit open water, we're gonna head south, fish some of these protected waters back in here, some shallow ponds.
Drum or redfish, I would have to say redfish. It's a flakier fish, and it's more fun to catch.
Let's get him.
A lot of water, it should be some fish.
Ton of water. endless amounts of water out here.
It's like 5 feet deep over here, huh?
I don't think it's that deep.
Those fish are gonna be somewhere in this zone.
Something moving out there.
Hopefully there's some redfish in some of these shallow bays. We can try and do some sight fishing with Tom with the fly rod.
That's it. That's the cast. You hit him on the head. It's not fair. What the hell, man?
There's one out there.
What happened? What happened there, Ed?
I guess I'm here to feed the
What
fish,
happened?
huh?
You're feeding the
I
multitudes.
told you I'm a giver, not a taker. I'm about to lose a shrimp.
Who doesn't like a little shrimp? I'd eat that.
All right. Anybody hungry? Call me Black Jesus. I feed the multitude. That's what I do. Eminem or Tupac, I would definitely have to say Tupac because Eminem is kind of like a descendant of Tupac. His verses, his rhyme schemes, everything. So Tupac, 100%.
So you grew up in New Orleans?
Yeah, I grew up fishing, and I love it, man. When I was a kid, you know, my mom was raised in, you know, St. Francisville, West Feliciana, Louisiana, and she grew up on a farm. So when she moved to the city and had us, every day we would go out and fish. My uncle would take me fishing every weekend. Every day after school, I would go fishing. We fished about 10 minutes outside the city, this little place called Bayou Bienvenue. It's like this, but it's literally right outside the city. You have to fight your way out there.
You gotta fight your way out there.
Yeah, it get wild in
Rough
there
neighborhood. When did you know you wanted to be an actor?
When I was a kid, I was inquisitive. Some people might call it troubled, but I was inquisitive.
You were the class clown.
Pretty much, yeah. But in a good way. Yeah. So I auditioned for this program here called NOCA. I got in, and my senior year I did this play. I did King Lear, and I played Edmund, so I died at the end of the play. And I was pretty well known by people around the city. I was a pretty popular guy. So at the end of the play, when I died, all the girls jumped up and said, "Anthony, no!" And at that moment, I was like, yes, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. And that was it. After that, I went away to North Carolina, then I went to Juilliard.
And that was it?
That was it. That was it. I never looked back.
Somewhere, I think I saw it. You were talking about growing up in there's a rough neighborhood, and your dad used to pay people to beat you up.
My dad used to give people $5 to beat me up. He's like, you gotta learn how to be the man. You gotta learn how to fight. So I'm like, well, we can do this through conversation. And he was like, no, you gotta fight. So every time I left the house, I had to duke it out for $5.
And how many times did you sort of duke it out before you finally won?
Ooh, it was a while. But once I started winning, I was on a roll. And when nobody wanted to fight me. So
when was the last fight you had?
Embarrassingly enough, last year.
Really?
Last year. I was in LA having a good time, and this girl bumps into me. So I'm like, whoa, you all right? And she's like, take your hands off of me. And I'm like, nah, you're drunk. You need some help. So then the dude comes over and he's like, what you doing to my girl? And I'm like, man, listen, calm down. I'm trying to help your girl out. Get your hands off her.
That was that.
That was it. I won though. I did the thing though, and I took him down, cut off oxygen until he stopped.
How much money did your dad pay that girl?
I got fish coming at you, Tom. Maybe like 10 o'clock, like 25 feet. Go a little bit right, drop it. Yep, okay, go right 3 feet now. And just drop it. Don't shoot any line. Leave it. Little bump. Bump. Go again, a little closer. Shot was perfect. Just kind of T-boned him when you stripped it.
Something was right here. Went that way.
We're here bullshitting away. Fish are in front of us.
Fish are under the boat.
Damn fish.
I was a kid, we used to get out and eat the oysters.
Oh, yeah?
Shuck them, pop them in your mouth.
Say, tell me about this potted meat. I heard when you go fishing, you're a potted meat and Ritz cracker kind of guy. What the hell is that all about? Potted meat. What is that?
That's the law. It's caviar.
I see.
There he is.
You got a fish?
There he is.
Damn.
See that? That's what you get with potted meat. You get this little wink.
You start talking about potted meat.
Get
There
that
you
little
go.
wink. That's
There
a
you go.
keeper. That's
Trout.
12
That's
inches.
a good one.
That's lunch. Now what you eating?
I'll eat that.
That's good enough. That's a start.
That's a start. We got the skunk off.
See that? We ready now. Kathryn Bigelow or Spike Lee? I would have to say Kathryn Bigelow. We had a great time working together, and I feel like The Hurt Locker was a huge growing experience for me as an actor.
When you first coming up, was there an actor or director or someone who gave you a great piece of advice that you really kind of?
I always ask for advice, and most people go like, stay off drugs. But Morgan Freeman gave me the best advice anybody could ask for. We were doing $1 Million Baby, and I went up to him and I was like, yo, I got offered this movie where I got offered a bucket of money. And I was offered this play where they were offering me $400 a week, which is a little coffee cup with money. So I went to him and I was like, what should I do? And he said, do the play. He said, work on your craft, and when Hollywood wants you, they'll come get you. And when they come get you, they'll pay for it.
Right.
It's like, wow, I didn't expect to hear him say that. You know?
You didn't say, shut up, Morgan, I'll make money. What's wrong with you?
Stupid old man. But I did the play and it worked out for me.
You've worked with a lot of different directors, but it comes to mind as Kathryn Bigelow and also the guy who talks to chairs, Clint Eastwood. How is it working with you know, these directors that are just amazing directors? What makes them better than other people?
Well, it's really different. Clint has a way of giving you confidence that no one has been able to since your high school football coach. On my first day on set with Clint, we were rehearsing the scene, and that's the scene where Michael Pena and I makes fun of Hillary Swank. Right. So we're rehearsing, and he was like, cut, all right, that's it, let's turn around. So I was like, yo, can we do another one? So he's like, all right, everybody take a break. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get fired, right? So he calls me over, he's like, Anthony, you know, I watch your tape, you're good, you're a good actor. I said, thanks. He was like, so if you're bad, it's because of me. I was like, wow. You know? I was like, okay, all right, cool. And after that, I was golden. And with Kathryn just gives you freedom to go. Really? Like, she lets you bring it in. That's when once she feels you've got it, she hones into that. Because with her, it's more so about the landscape and the feel.
So she lets you develop the character?
Yeah, definitely. And she supports you in that. So if you come in with ideas, she'll let you play with them.
And how much of that happens before you start shooting?
That happens.
5 minutes before you
I have an idea. All right, roll sound. Whoa. So it all depends. I mean, on Hurt Locker, we had it was so outrageous, the whole situation, being in Jordan, right across from the Iraqi border and shooting it the way we did. It was pretty much fly by the seat of your pants, try to make it work as you go. So.
Now, those films, when you're in the moment, I mean, do you know you're working on something that's going to be that great, that's going to be sort of Oscar-worthy? Or
no.
No idea?
Every movie starts off with everybody thinking it's going to be the best movie of that year. But there's so many people in the kitchen. You know, It's like you have the performance by the actor and the director. That's when the editor, that's when the producers, that's when the studio put in their notes. So by the time you see the movie, it's going through 7 different steps from just writing the script. Abraham Lincoln or Nelson Mandela? After seeing the Lincoln movie, I would definitely have to say Nelson Mandela. You want me to show you how to eat it?
See, this just starts out bad. It's all just mechanically separated, chicken, beef, anything that starts out mechanically separated, I don't think you should eat.
I grew up on this stuff. If it wasn't for potty meat, there would be no Anthony Mackie.
You know, I did too, then I got a job.
Eat all that funny French stuff, you can definitely eat this. Come on, I'm your guest. You have to try it. Come on, come on.
You're killing me.
Cheers. Wow, look at that.
I came down to New Orleans and they fed me potted meat. I'm going to teach you how to make that. You want to open a can, you can make it fresh yourself. I just need the mechanical separator. Come on, fish.
Is that a fish turnover right there?
Something up there. Way up, see it?
Oh yeah, I got him, yeah. See him tailing up there?
What's that look like?
He's got a huge black drum tailing right here, man. He's spooked.
Never saw so many spooked fish.
Yep, see him?
Something just spooked out of here.
These are female fish. They're very temperamental.
Tough conditions.
So, Greg, this is your hole, right? This is your choice of holes, huh?
Look around.
Weather sucks.
So how long have you been a guide? Jesse Owens or Usain Bolt? I would have to say Jesse Owens, just for the simple fact of what he did at that time was kind of remarkable, going into Germany and winning 4 gold medals and breaking the world records. But Usain Bolt is a freak of nature, and we'll probably never see anything like him again.
How does it feel to be so wanted right now? I mean, you know, you got 4 films I think you're working on, I heard?
Yeah, I have...
or 7, I heard. How many? 20?
I have a few that I'm working on, you know, trying to shuffle the dates and make them work. And a few I'm trying to produce and put together. But it's unusual. I live here in New Orleans, so the idea of Hollywood and everything that goes on there is still foreign to me, and I like to keep it that way because I like to do stuff like this.
But you never thought you had to move to LA?
No, No, I'm deathly afraid of LA.
Really?
And every time I go to LA, because it's not real. It's not reality. You know, it's like, you can't do this in LA. You can't chill out and be a regular guy in LA.
I mean, you can't sit here with 3 cameras. Really?
You can't eat potty meat. I look for it. I cannot find potted meat in LA.
Jesse Owens, that's the project you want to get made.
I had a call about it yesterday. We're in the process now of, acquiring the rights to all the information we need and getting the script together. I mean, I feel like Jesse Owens saved the free world. What he did in Germany, no one has ever been able to, the closest thing you can think of is Muhammad Ali. And, it's remarkable that a movie hasn't been made about him.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of, docs and stuff like that.
Right,
about his life.
right.
Yeah.
But, it's like if you can do a movie about Seabiscuit, you can do a movie about Jesse Owens.
We're trying to catch fish. We need to catch fish, right?
Give me some.
These guys don't want to play.
They heard Tom's in town.
They heard. They're playing coy. Go look for trout. You're lucky with trout. Oh, fish.
Is it potty meat time?
There you go.
Let's see some trout.
Nice.
Good size trout.
Nice, that's good fish.
It's lunch.
Your premier Louisiana trout fishing destination.
Renner or Damon? I would have to say Matt Damon. Matt Damon turned into, I always tried to stay away from the Boston guys, Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, because I knew Tom Brady, because I knew once I meet him, I would like him and we would be best friends. And Damon definitely stayed true to that. He's a really, really good guy and a lot of fun to work with.
So you got 3 films coming out this year?
Yeah. Pain and Gain. That's the Michael Bay movie. It's me, Dwayne Johnson, because I can't call a grown man The Rock.
Exactly. Well, I think he stopped calling himself that.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg. It's about, true story, these 3 bodybuilders in Miami wanted to live the American dream. So they started kidnapping and extorting and killing the people they were training.
That's the American dream.
That's the American dream.
You stopped short of eating them, though, right?
By the hook or by the crook.
What brought you to that role? Why'd you decide to do that one?
I really liked the story.
Yeah.
And it was an opportunity to work with Mark Wahlberg, who I really like, and opportunity to work with Dwayne, who I think is growing to be a really good actor.
What else?
And Renner. Basically, it's the story of how offshore gambling came about.
Oh, really?
In Central America with Justin Timberlake and the great Ben Affleck. This guy named Brad Furman directed it. I play this FBI agent that just goes to take them down and clear up offshore gambling and make people pay their taxes. And I really just wanted to work with Brad, who's a good friend of mine, and Ben Affleck.
And then you have Captain America?
Captain America 2, yeah,
Captain
with
America 2.
Chris Evans and the Russo brothers directing.
Got it. Who else is in that?
A bunch of people. Scarlett Johansson.
She's lovely.
The incomparable. Sam Jackson. You see how I'm doing an accent with everybody's name?
I see that.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Polish African accent. It works really well.
Polish African. Okay. Where are you going for that?
That, oddly enough, is in Cleveland, and Los Angeles, yes.
Cleveland.
I like Cleveland. I like
Cleveland
Ohio,
too.
so,
I like Cleveland.
I'm going to be there for a month, so I will be
You
playing
have plenty
golf.
of time off.
On the weekends. That's my Sam Jackson. We were doing this movie called The Man together, and he just took all my per diem every weekend, so I vowed that I would learn how to play golf to win my per diem back.
So you gamble with your per diem. I like that.
I thought that's what you're supposed to do with your per diem.
Yeah, it's found money. I'm going to give it to you. It's like, this is great. I have money. Oh. It's like, you don't even care about the check you get.
Right.
This is per diem. It's all about
This
per
is
diem.
free money. Well, my first movie was 8 Mile. The dude walked up to me. He was like, Anthony Mackie. And I said, yeah. Gave me the envelope. He was like, sign here. I'm like, man, who are you? Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm like, who are you? He's like, oh, this is per diem. And I said, okay, so does this come out my check money? He was like, no, this is just money to live off of. Like, really? That was it. After that, it was all trouble. All trouble.
I hear you like to bartend, is that true?
I have mean serving skills.
Now, I heard you got a bar in Brooklyn? Is that right?
I have a bar in Brooklyn called No Bar.
No Bar.
Yeah. Great cocktails.
Great cocktails. You get behind here and mix it up every now and then?
Every time I'm in Brooklyn, that's what I do. I opened it because all my friends own bars, and I wanted to be a bartender, but I knew if I worked for one of them, I would be fired immediately because I'm not good at it. Because I stop and talk and, you know, and just
A good bartender should. That's what a bartender does.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
So when I go to my bar, I make a drink, I talk, have a drink, talk. But then it gets to the point you have more drinks than you make.
Okay.
Problematic.
It's a high-class problem. Now, speaking of drinks, let's get out of here. Let's go have some cocktails.
Let's do it.
This fishing thing ain't happening.
Cocktails and a nap. When the revolution starts, you know what's gonna be left? Potted meat.
Cockroaches and potted meat.
No question. New Orleans Hornets or Brooklyn Nets, no question. No New Orleans Hornets. The great thing about the Hornets is in 2 years, we're gonna be an unstoppable force in the West. Boom. We're the New Orleans Pelicans. We're the Pelicans now. We don't talk about that around here, though.
Mackie, what do you got?
All right. Once upon a time in Jamaica,
Man.
I was hanging out with this guy.
Man.
And he introduced me to this new alcohol. So we were hanging out, having a good time. And I always like gimlets. So you muddle some basil, pour a little bit of coconut vodka.
Coconut vodka.
Coconut vodka. Some fresh lime juice in there. That's the key, because you can make it really bitter, like a regular gin gimlet or a vodka gimlet, or you can make it sweet, like a nice Caribbean rum drink. I tend to like mine on the sweet side. A little simple syrup to sweeten it up a little bit. So basically you want to do 2 parts vodka, 1 part simple syrup, 1 part fresh lime juice. Shake it. What's up, old school? Get it nice and cold. Garnish it with a little leaf. You want to make it nice.
Listen, I hope this drink's better than the day we had fishing, because this is rough.
Oof.
I haven't been skunked in a long time.
You hang out with me. Second place is a very nice place to be. Here's a toast.
Right, we caught 2 fish.
2 fish. Here's a
fish.
toast to the 2 fish we caught. If the ocean were whiskey and I were a duck, I'd swim to the bottom and never come up.
Tell me how long do I have to wait?
Cheers. Thank you, sir. Good day of fishing.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Wendell Pierce, and I'm here with the great Chef Tom Colicchio. And we're just south of my hometown of New Orleans in the Bayou. We're about to go out and enjoy the pleasures of fishing for some redfish and then eating it after.
Don't miss us on Hooked Up. Hit the subscribe button.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you serious? I'm sitting here with David Sally and Cause, and this is Artist Talk. Have you ever gotten into any legal problems?
Nothing that wasn't controllable.
You know, there's that fine line between creativity and just mania. I think if I wasn't a writer, I would be a neurotic, strange person that people would want to stay away from. It's like harnessing your OCD.
Harnessing my OCD. That's genius.
Hey, I'm Joy Bryant, and I am a board sport enthusiast. I like to shred. And on my new show, Across the Board, I'm going to be shredding with the best of them.
Want to shred, yeah.
Yeah, I want to shred.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
My favorite friends, celebrities, athletes, artists. We're going to snowboard, we're going to surf, we're going to skateboard, we're going to have a great time. Well, we both came over, went over some hurdles, a little obstacles today.
Yeah.
You break through shyness, and me.
Breaking through that same
What?
Tom, how's it going,
Good,
dude?
how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
I don't know if you're gonna make it or not.
No, I mean, 5 a.m. is tough.
What do we got right there? Shark, I see him right there. Oh. All right, come on. This is the frisky one here. Yeah, be careful, guys.
you have a reputation of pissing people off. Like your blog pisses people off.
It pisses people off. This face pisses people off, you know? But, sometimes I get along.
Did your dad, was he on you constantly telling you how to do it since he was in the business?
My dad was such a dick, because he'll always tell me I suck, and then when he's in front of other people, that's my son. That's my son, he's real good.
Jim.